Episode 1. In a faraway enchanted forest, tucked among sparkling streams and lush green trees, lay the hidden village of the Smurfs. The little blue creatures lived peacefully, laughing, working, and sharing their lives with one another under the wise guidance of Papa Smurf. But one sunny morning, a strange visitor brought a message that would change their lives forever. An old raven, perched on a branch of the smurfberry tree, cawed loudly until Papa Smurf came out of his mushroom house. "What's the matter, old friend?" Papa Smurf asked. The raven squawked, "Danger looms over the forest. The Golden Acorn has been stolen by the mischievous Gnarls, and if it isn't returned by the next full moon, the magical balance of the forest will break." The raven flapped its wings dramatically, scattering smurfberries everywhere. The Smurfs gasped in unison. They had all heard of the Golden Acorn, an ancient, magical treasure hidden deep in the forest, keeping their home alive and vibrant. Without it, the forest would wither. Papa Smurf gathered everyone in the village square. "My dear Smurfs, this is a serious matter. We must retrieve the Golden Acorn before it's too late. But the journey will be long and dangerous. Who among you is brave enough to embark on this adventure?" The Smurfs looked at one another nervously until Brainy Smurf stepped forward. "I will volunteer, Papa Smurf. My intelligence will outsmart the Gnarls. And I'll come too. My strength will protect us all," added Hefty Smurf, flexing his muscles. "Don't forget me," said Clumsy Smurf, tripping over a pebble. I'll try not to mess things up." Even Smurfette raised her hand. "We'll need kindness and wit to complete this mission, and I'll bring both." Papa Smurf smiled. "Very well, my little Smurfs. Together, you can succeed. But beware, the Gnarls are cunning, and the path to their lair is filled with trials." The brave Smurfs packed their bags and set off, their tiny feet pattering through the forest. The first challenge came sooner than expected. They arrived at the Crystal Creek, where the bridge had crumbled into the rushing waters. "We'll never cross," cried Clumsy Smurf. But Brainy studied the sparkling creek and said, "I've read about this. The stones shimmer with magic. We can hop across if we're careful." One by one, the Smurfs leapt across, with Hefty helping Clumsy, who nearly fell in twice. They cheered when they reached the other side. Further into the forest, they faced the next trial, a thicket of thorny vines that blocked the path. Smurfette noticed a family of glowing fireflies hovering nearby. "Excuse me, little friends," Smurfette said gently. "Could you light our way through the thorns?" The fireflies buzzed happily and led the Smurfs through a secret passage that avoided the sharp vines. "Smurftastic," cheered Clumsy as they emerged unscathed. At last, they reached the shadowy lair of the Gnarls. The mischievous creatures were small, furry, and had glowing yellow eyes. They were tossing the Golden Acorn back and forth, cackling gleefully. "How do we get it back?" whispered Hefty. Brainy adjusted his glasses. "Let's outsmart them. I have a plan." Working together, the Smurfs built a makeshift contraption from vines, sticks, and Smurfette's hair ribbon. It looked like a catapult, but it was really a distraction. When they launched a shiny pebble into the air, the Gnarls' attention shifted upward. "Look! A falling star!" shouted one Gnarl. While the Gnarls were distracted, Hefty and Smurfette crept forward. Smurfette whispered soothingly to the Gnarls, distracting them further with her kind words. Hefty, with a burst of strength, grabbed the golden acorn and bolted back to their hiding spot. The Gnarls, realizing they'd been tricked, began to chase the Smurfs. "Run!" yelled Brainy. The Smurfs dashed through the forest, the Gnarls hot on their heels.